Let's talk about Teams. So in this session, we're going to talk a bit more about Mesh, but we're going to talk about Mesh inside Teams.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very exciting news. We had to install a Mesh app. We have to go into Microsoft Store, which is fine. That's where Microsoft can control the software and so on. We need to install that application and so on.
Yeah.
Right now, that application is built into Teams. As you speak, you can actually...
but you still need to add it to Teams, right?
Yeah, you need to, add it as an administrator. You can go and make a policy and say all your users should have Mesh. But if your administrator hasn't done that, you need to go into apps and you need to go and search for Mesh and then saying, I want it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's really nice it's out there and it's not something, because the store, not that many people had access to that one.
Exactly, and it was still an end user and just much nicer that's within the Teams environment. So
and I think as an administrator, if you work in an organization where you use Mesh quite frequently, then of course you would add it and might even pin it to a specific place.
And again, those are policies, so you can make it for some departments where they use it, so not everybody get it, and so on. You can adjust it in Teams Admin Center. But I think it's really nice and makes it easier for people to begin to seeing what is this Mesh and so on. It's
Did you say what is this mess?
Exactly. What's going on? What a mess. So I think that's a nice way of getting started with it and to see what it actually is. Again, as we have talked about, a lot of people say, it looks funny, but kind of not afraid, but a little...
I mean, the Mesh app, I guess that is still only if you need to go and do some more advanced stuff. You can each and everyone can still go in and turn on immersive space directly from a Teams meeting. Yeah. But if you want to create your own, if you want to adjust things in there, then you need to have the Mesh app, and you also need to have the premium license to make that work.
As we speak now, and you don't really need the Teams premium license. There's actually a separate Mesh license that you could use. But you need an extra license. But they have actually split it up so you can get the Mesh app without having the Teams premium app. So I don't recall the different price.
Or?
No, it's a little more expensive. No, of course it's cheap. I don't know the pricing, but
I wasn't aware of that. That's.
Yeah. And I think you can normally when we have trial licenses for Microsoft, it's normally 25 is the golden number, or 50 like that, and it's for 1 month, and then you can extend it and so on. Right now, I think is it 500 or thousands, and it is 6 months trial. So Microsoft again, they're really trying to get people to use and say, if you start the POC, we'll make you. Use.
Also, the thing is, we have seen some companies right now stating that everybody needs to get back to work because we need to be more productive and we need to be able to brainstorming, invent stuff together, right? I see Mesh as the thing that might be the solution for this if a company don't want to bring all the people back to work, because some people will be afraid of this thing that, I will not go back to work just because somebody's stating it. I have tried to work from home and I don't want to commute and everything. But I need to have a tool that I can elaborate and together with somebody else, and we can equal the thing of being at the office. Mesh is the tool for this, if you ask me.
And especially if you see cross sites, your team members are not just located here in this office. No. They are all over the world. So that makes it even better.
And now the support is also on another. It's also for Mac users, right? So it's also on OS X. So it will be more around everywhere to equalize the things at being at the office. That's how I actually see Mesh can grow really fast. So
and especially that we hit Teams and Mesh on iOS. That's
exactly.
I think some of it is still in a public preview, but when the video is done, I'm pretty sure it's out. So that really makes it perfect. That you are platform independent. Exactly. I don't think it will come for Linux PCs. We have the Edge browser, but
I think with Mesh, you still need to consider for those people that's sitting out there and say, this is not for me. It's just another way to communicate. And first, when you try it, you could end up a bit dizzy. You could end up having and stuff like that. But when you're starting to get into it, and I would say like a few times, then you actually start to understand that it's a totally different way of having a meeting. The things where you can walk around, you have that 3-dimensional audio where you actually hear from the sides where people are speaking. So it's a completely different thing than just a normal or regular Teams meeting.
Exactly, and I hate you don't have any legs. But some of the times, for example, that we have been, in my opinion, after a couple of minutes, I don't.
Well,
even
we
think
don't
about
have
it.
any legs.
Yeah, we don't have any legs now, so it's just we're used to seeing each other like that. So, but I mean, it just takes a couple of minutes, and you're just fully aware of that.
And everything's working.
Yeah, and you have the special audio and everything. So I mean, if somebody's talking at your left, and so on,
turn
so it's
around,
just,
yeah.
it's just you
It's
kind of live.
something else, and the younger generation, I really think they will adopt it faster than what we're seeing today.
I was out at a show where I had a session, someone talked, and there was actually a young sales guy saying, "Yeah, my teams are doing that. My team are playing around. Let us jump in and out of that." So I was really pleased because I mean, yes, that's
somebody finally will listen.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's what you see where if you're in a regular Teams meeting and you see something where it says 3D, they are in a
they're gonna push that.
page.
And they're gonna the younger generation. They're gonna push that button for mesh because they're gonna play around in the Teams application, right? So
and you don't miss anything. I mean, this morning we had a team meeting with partners and so on in my company, and I was joining in from immersive spaces and sitting and to be honest, I didn't miss anything. We were two guys playing around in that new environment because they've just released the environment. So I mean, nobody that were in the regular Teams meeting was seeing that we were outside. We didn't miss anything. All of us communicate back and forth. So I mean, it's just an add-on. So that's really what
and
I
you
like.
on the road driving this way while you're
with my goggles on. No, I was actually joining from a PC, but the other guy was joining from the goggles and just see everything. So and again, that makes it different where you can see, because normally I join from my goggles. I love them, but sometimes you have to try to join different devices. And I could just see that I was way more passive, because when you're used to having your arms and so on, because the controller.
That's true. Yeah.
So it was really fun to see that you are way more passive just from the PC, because of course you can click on buttons to do some, but you're missing that last part.
exactly. Yeah.
So
You were talking about OSX, and we might need to explain it for someone.
OSX is just Apple's OS.
Apple's Windows.
Apple's operation system, right? So it's open for that one as well now. Now in preview.
It has been, the Teams client's been for a while, but big surprise, everything is close to 100% parity, and so it begins to be included 100% in the universe.
Yeah, and I think that's a really good thing, because there might be a company where they have both PC and Macs and other stuff as well, and we need to work together. And then the next thing, it will be open up for across different tenants. That would be really nice. And then again, also if you join from a video system, the people inside the mesh
will be able to see the other way around.
They can actually see the other way around, but I haven't seen if the guys on the Teams rooms can actually see into the mesh. I mean,
we can see the meeting room when you're in immersive space, and that's really nice that you can see it, but we need the other way around. It would be nice to have a camera in the immersive space and environment, so you can see that. That will be nice, but
Yeah, but I still also see that from which direction should you look?
Yeah, and that could be
so it will be complicated, but I still think it needs to be.
It should be from the presenter's view, because we put in this content sandbox, and it should be from that one, because that's the main area of
where people should look, basically.
So that's where all content is.
It's like the stage.
Exactly. And then you have different areas where the immersive participant can go out and be himself and so on. And that's just something you're missing from being in a meeting room. But again, it is nothing that are being announced from Microsoft. It's nothing that we're just wild guessing here.
You heard Carsten said it, so it will be there coming soon.
What a mess.
For all the mesh people sitting at Microsoft right now, please reach out to us. We have a lot of ideas on what you need to do.
Exactly.
But this was Let's Talk About Teams, this time around mesh. Thanks so much for watching. See you out there. Bye.